from 4x4 and Camping Channel, and today's video is going to be about pre-trip four-wheel drive maintenance. So checks you should be doing before you head out on a four-wheel drive, a hardcore four-wheel drive trip, or even a touring trip. These are some checks you should be doing to your four-wheel drive to make sure it gets you there and back home again. So let's get into the video. So we'll start with checks you should be doing under your bonnet. So I'll come around, show you in the engine bay. So you'll want to check for, first of all, you just want to check for general leaks around seals or gaskets or anything like that. It's all pretty good in here. Check all nuts and bolts and terminals on your battery are nice and tight. Apart from that, you're also going to want to check your radiator. It's pretty hard to show in this, but I have looked at it, and make sure it's not blocked, make sure no fends are bent, and make sure everything nice and tight on the radiator, no loose shroud or anything like that. Also, you're going to want to check all your hoses. So make sure they should be soft and pliable like this one. They shouldn't be brittle or anything like that. You're also going to want to check your oil, so diff, gearbox, transfer and engine oil. I'm just going to show engine oil, and that's how it should look. Black oil is normal in a diesel, so that's okay. All engine oil is good, so we'll chuck that back in there. Also, you should be checking your need to be checking all your wiring around your battery. Make sure it's not loose, make sure it's all neat and tidy and tucked out of the way of anything. You're also going to want to check engine mounts, and you can't see them from here, but make sure they're not cracked or anything like that. So yeah, that's about all you need to check over in your engine bay. Obviously, make sure all your clamps and nuts and bolts and everything are tight. So yeah, that's pretty much your engine bay checks. Oh, also you're going to want to check belts, make sure they're nice, make sure they're not too loose or anything like that. And also you're going to want to check all your breathers, make sure they're not blocked with mud or gunk or anything like that. So yeah, that's the engine bay checks. We'll do some underbody checks, so just do a general check over, make sure there's no leaks or anything in your underbody. Also, you're going to want to check all your suspension components. You're going to want to check your shocks, make sure they're not leaking. You're also going to want to check CV shafts and tie rods. You're going to want to check bushes. Of course, on an IFS vehicle, it's a lot more complicated, your suspension setup. So you want to make sure all your nuts and bolts are tight, especially on an IFS vehicle. CV shafts, make sure nothing's leaking with your suspension setup. Make sure your shock absorber tubes aren't dinted or anything like that. Check for alignment issues. So yeah, that's what you should be looking at in your suspension. Also, you want to be looking for wheel bearings. So to check your wheel bearings, you jack the vehicle up and put your vehicle in neutral and spin the wheel, and if there's a metal on metal sound, one of your wheel bearings is shot and you'll need to change it. Good idea to carry some spare wheel bearings too. You're going to want to check your brake pads, make sure they're not scoured or anything like that. You're going to want to check tyres, make sure they've got decent tread on them, make sure they're not low tread or anything like that. Moving on, make sure you check your uni joints. You can see one up in there. Make sure you check all your universal joints, make sure nothing's wrong with them. You're also gonna need to check your prop shaft, make sure it's not dented or anything like that. I'm not sure if you can see that there. Make sure all your uni joints are greased. Also, you're going to want to make sure everything is all no leaks or anything, nothing shiny that could point to some things being broken or loose. You also want to check brake lines like that for cracking as well. Also check out your shackles for alignment. So, and also before you go away, you're going to want to tighten every nut and bolt on your vehicle. It seems overkill, but you'll be surprised by the amount of nuts and bolts that rattle loose from corrugations and whatnot on dirt roads. So make sure you always do that. Also, you're going to want to check your fuel tank. Make sure it's not dented or anything on the underside. Make sure that's all in good condition. Check your sub tank if you have one. Yeah, just make sure all your springs and everything are in good condition. And yeah, that's pretty much it for underbody checks. So yeah, that's about it for checks today. Also obvious things like, you know, door seals and things like that, just obvious things that you should be doing. I'm not going to mention them because they're just things you know you should be doing regardless of what or when, like checking your power steering fluids, make sure your fluids are up. So yeah, thanks for watching my pre-trip four-wheel drive checks and maintenance video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry about the dodgy camera work and things like that. It was quite hard to do that, but regardless, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and once again, I'll see you in the next video.